Kelly Cup playoffs are on the horizon, and this weekend's games will complete the postseason lineup. One Western Conference club has already made a change looking toward next year, and the annual All-League teams are announced. Those stories and more right now on ECHL Week.
Hi, welcome to ECHL Week. I'm Barry Schickling. We've reached the final weekend of the regular season and there's still lots to be decided. Let's get started and look at the Eastern Conference. The top of the division is set. Florida has clinched the regular season title and has guaranteed the top seed for at least the first two rounds of the postseason, should it advance that far. Greenville is locked into second place. That means the Swamp Rabbits will also have the option about where the games in their first round series will be played. Indy, which clinched its second ever postseason spot on Wednesday night, has nailed down third place and will face the Swamp Rabbits in the first round of the postseason. In fact, that's the only matchup set so far. The drama comes down to the final position. South Carolina and Orlando are the contenders, and whichever team qualifies, it'll get the privilege of facing regular season conference champ Florida in round one. It's likely this all won't be decided until the conclusion of Saturday night's games. South Carolina hosts Jacksonville, and Orlando is home to the Everblades. Check out the ECHL Week social media sites to find out what happens within minutes after the conclusion of the games. We shift our attention to the Western Conference. We know that Wichita, Allen, Fort Wayne, and Utah are in the playoff picture. Now the final weekend will determine who plays who in the first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs. Allen, Wichita, and Fort Wayne are all still in the running to earn the West's top seed. Both the Americans and Comets have a pair of games this weekend. The Thunder have just one. Because standings are based on points percentage, there can still be movement among all three of these clubs. And just as in the East's final race, don't expect any resolution until the final game is over, somewhere around 10 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturday night. The one team which knows where it stands is Utah. The Grizzlies are locked into fourth place and will face the regular season conference champion in the first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs. One thing we do know about the first round of the playoffs, the Intrust Bank Arena, Wichita's home rink, will not be available. Any first-round games the Thunder host will be played at the Wichita Ice Center. Also still up for grabs, the Brabham Cup, which goes to the regular season points leader. Florida, Wichita, and Allen are all still in the running for that award. In the case of all four first-round playoff series, there'll be very little time for recovery. Expect most matchups to start on Monday or Tuesday before shifting sites to wrap up the best-of-5 series. A management change leads off our segment of news from around the ECHL. The Kansas City Mavericks are in the market for a new president and general manager after parting ways with Brent Thiessen. Thiessen had been with the Mavericks since their inception in 2009. Since joining the ECHL in 2014, the team, based in Independence, Missouri, has qualified for the Kelly Cup playoffs on two occasions, including during the 15-16 season when the then Missouri Mavericks won the Brabham Cup for being the league's regular season point champion. In addition to his team responsibilities, Thiessen held several board positions with the league, most recently as chairman of the ECHL Board of Governors. The Wichita Thunder have announced that head coach Bruce Ramsey has agreed to a contract extension. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed. "I'm thrilled that Bruce will be remaining with the Thunder," said general manager Joe Lamerno. "Not only has he done a remarkable job this season, but he's well-liked and respected by his players, the Thunder staff and fans, as well as his ECHL peers." Ramsey is in his second season as the bench boss of the Thunder and led the team to 40 wins for the first time in its 7 ECHL seasons. Wichita has qualified for the Kelly Cup playoffs for just the second time. "I'm very excited to be staying in Wichita," said Ramsey. "It's been a fantastic season and I look forward to see what the future holds and how we can build on this year." Ramsey, who's been a head coach in numerous minor leagues since 2002, spent the 2014-15 season coaching Tulsa in its debut ECHL season. Among the first award winners for their efforts during the 2021 season is forward Aaron Luchuk of Orlando, who's been named this year's Sportsmanship Award recipient. He enters the season's final weekend in the race to be both the ECHL's leading scorer and assist getter. Luchuk, in his third ECHL season, gets ice time on both power play and shorthanded opportunities, and to date has taken just 8 minor penalties. He's the first Solar Bear to win this award, which is voted upon by the league's coaches.
Check out the 2021 All-League teams next on ECHL Week.
New buyers can benefit by working with a trusted real estate agent. Will Springer is your trusted advisor for buyers and sellers. For a free consultation or to find an agent in your area of the country, contact Will today.
The votes from coaches, broadcasters, media relations directors, and media are in. Here are the All-ECHL teams for 2021. The first team is led by Anthony Beauregard of Wichita, who spent much of the season leading the league in scoring. He's still number 1 in assists, second in points, and third in plus-minus rating. He's also tied for 6th in the league with 5 game-winning goals. Aaron Luchuk of Orlando leads the ECHL in points, is tied for 2nd in assists, and is tied for 4th in goals. His power play numbers are impressive. Both his goal and point totals are tied for 4th in the league. John McCarron of Florida leads the league in goals and plus-minus, and he's tied for 3rd in points. He also scores when it counts. He has 6 game-winning goals this season. On the first team blue line, Samuel Jardine of Greenville leads defensemen and is tied for 4th overall in the league in assists, while his point total is 4th among rear guards. Jardine's 17 power play assists are 2nd among defensemen. Les Lancaster of Allen is tied for 5th overall in the league in points. Among defensemen, he leads the way in goals, points, game-winning goals, and power play goals. And goaltender Jake Hildebrand of Florida is tied for the ECHL lead in wins, is 4th in goals against average, has a pair of shutouts, and is tied for 3rd in winning percentage. A couple of Rapid City players lead the second team. Forward Tyler Coulter is 7th in the league in points, tied for 7th in assists, and tied for 8th in power play goals. Coulter's teammate, Peter Quenville, is tied for 4th in the league in goals and assists, and is also tied for 3rd in points. Ko Yulee of South Carolina is tied for 8th in the league in points. Yulee sees lots of power play time, as evidenced by his being tied for 3rd in the ECHL in power play assists and tied for 4th in power play points. No stranger to postseason awards, Matt Register of Allen earns all-league honors for the 6th time in his career. He leads defensemen in assists and power play points, while ranking 2nd in points. Rookie Dean Stewart of Wichita leads first-year defensemen and is tied for 8th among all defensemen in points. Also, he ranks 3rd among defensemen in plus-minus rating. And Evan Beitenhuis of Wichita leads the ECHL in save percentage and ranks 2nd in goals against average. Since joining Wichita in late March, he's gone 15-5-1 with 3 shutouts, a 2.19 goals against average, and a save percentage of .937. The all-rookie team is led by forward Matthew Boucher of Utah, who leads all first-year players in goals and points. He's also tied for 4th in assists, tied for 2nd in power play goals, and tied for 4th in power play points among rookies. Jay Dickman of Wichita ranks 2nd among ECHL rookies in goals and points, while his assist total is tied for 2nd. In addition, he leads rookies and is 5th overall in the league in plus-minus. Joseph Garefa of Orlando is tied for 2nd among rookies in assists and is tied for 3rd in points. Garefa, who's on an AHL contract and played with Allen earlier this season, is tied for 10th in goals among rookies. On the blue line, Ben Finkelstein of Greenville is tied for 1st among rookie defensemen in goals and is 2nd in points. His 3 power play goals are tied for 1st among first-year defensemen. Dean Stewart of Wichita is the only rookie team member who is also named to the All-League second team. He's the Thunder's top-scoring D-man. Stewart was selected by Arizona in the 2016 NHL entry draft. Stewart's teammate Evan Wenninger is the All-Rookie team goaltender. He leads first-year goalies in wins and goals against average, and he's second among all goaltenders in save percentage and fourth in saves. Time for a look at some great plays from all around the ECHL. It's the best of the week. We start with some very impressive stick handling by defenseman Randy Gazzola of Fort Wayne, which leads to a goal in a win over Wichita.
Inside out, and he buries it! We are tied at 1.
Perfect timing exiting the penalty box leads to a breakaway by Jacksonville's Riker Killens. The top shelf shot put the Icemen ahead to stay in a victory over Orlando. Following up the play makes a big difference here for South Carolina. The original shot hits the post, but Brett Sipinski picks up the rebound and makes a deposit. It was the only goal of the game in a win over Wheeling. Watch the puck take a very unusual route on the way to the inside of the net. Jared Van Wormer of Kansas City is responsible. Utah goaltender Peyton Jones stops a breakaway, one of his 28 saves during his first career shutout, as the Grizzlies post a victory over Allen. That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week. Thank you very much for watching. Regular updates are provided on our social media sites so you know what's going on in terms of the end of the regular season and the beginning of the Kelly Cup playoffs. Check them out. See you next time.